couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that we had a new sponsor that was coming on to Earth Ancients, and I wanted to introduce this new company. It's called Vital Transport, and I have the president of the company, Michael Lundquist, on with me right now. And Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing great today, Cliff. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, I wanted to just talk a little bit about your service. We talked a little bit a while ago on, some of the ideas we're going to have about travel and how you've been around. And, I really like the fact that you have been listening for a while. You're a fan of the show. And
yep.
I'm always looking for good agencies, good tour and travel companies that kind of have an understanding of what we're looking for, which is a lot of times the ancient unknown locations or ancient sites around the world. And talk a little bit about the company, Mike. Tell us what you're all about.
Yeah. Well, I've been in the travel hospitality business now for about 15 years, Cliff, and I've worked for a couple of different companies before I decided to go out on my own and start my own travel agency, which I started off with a group focus. I've always worked with groups, and my background traveling with groups and selling groups and having a sales in the past sent me a lot of different places, and the first really, when I went to Peru and I went to this pre-Columbian art museum and I saw a couple of these sculptures, and I just, talked to one of the, curators there and was just like,
right.
Telling them this is what this looks like to me, and, they just kind of explained to me a very brief explanation that they kind of disagree with a lot of maybe the archaeology and dates that I knew. And then, I went on to see Sacsayhuaman in Peru and Machu Picchu, and it started this exploration in my mind, which I was able to combine with my passion for travel. And so that's where I kind of got the idea to start the company, and, listening to the show and just, my passion for travel. I like to go to ancient, mysterious places, and it doesn't have to be always as ancient as Egypt and some of the things you guys talk about, the Mayas and things like that, although I love that stuff. But, we always want to look for some sort of mystery or history in the travels that we do.
Fantastic. So we're going to work together to come up with some tours, but I want you listeners to know that Vital Transport is your one-stop for not only finding out what's going on, but give them a call. Have them book your travel for you. They have a complete service. You can give them a call, and they will help you not only set up your flights or your whatever your transportation is, but hey, they can help you with some great tours too. Hey, Mike, what's the phone number? What's the number they can call?
Absolutely. We have a toll-free number, Cliff. It's 844-368-4825, and there's always, that's always going to ring into information line, and they can dial in extensions. But the most important thing they can do is they can leave a message. If they don't get me, I'm able to get back to them really, really quickly. I always offer my service to anybody that calls, and advice is always free. I like to give my travel advice to people, especially with the airlines now. Some of the stuff can be confusing, but we're a full-service travel agency. We can book your air, we can book your hotel, we can book tours, we can book an entire tour for you. If you just want to go lay on a beach close to Mayan pyramids in things in Mexico, or see something in Costa Rica, we can book something leisure for you. So, I'm a customization specialist. That's why I like to book with groups. That's why I like to work with people that like to use a travel agent, because they like to customize. They like things to be done for them when they get there, and not done for them in a sense that's generic at all, in a sense that, makes the trip more enthralling and, gets them around lines and things like that. There's tours I can get you in to almost every site in the world, but, these are the things we need to plan in advance. If anybody's ever shown up in Rome and decided to go see the Vatican one day, which a lot of Americans have, I think they know what I'm talking about with lines and things. So, there are benefits to travel out there, and we're happy to work with everybody. We have a staff that's ready to go for you, whether you're a group or an individual.